pretty sure it's got a board holding the clutch down or the brake.
Oh, see, this guy was fancy. He had wood handles.
That's just all I'm saying. They put their body in there.
Oh no, the nuts on these guys.
Yeah, my dad went here a long time ago, apparently.
2 pedals.
Oh, your dad was here?
Yeah.
Gas pedal and a
Well, you think that's bad? Look at this.
clutch maybe because it's a handbrake. That's a wild ride right there, boy. First rear engine maybe. I'm hoping maybe one of these has got that extra pedal. Looking like there's 2 pedals in there. I don't know. Yeah, I guess a handbrake too. Where is my father? He must have moved on quickly. It doesn't really matter. We can be here as long as we want. As long as I'm able to drive us home, we will be fine. This car is super small. I mean, it is super small. It's like a go-kart. I mean, literally. It's like a rocket car or something. It is a rocket car. That's why it's got tanks like that. The pocket rocket. You're sitting next to the gearbox on this bad boy. It is so wild. It's chrome. It's definitely a nice showpiece. Look at those zoomies right down the middle. Wow. Gauges are in there. It's a wide unit. That's a Corvette if you ask me. Oh yeah, that's a Corvette. Another rocket car of some sort. A nice dragster. Some starter equipment. Two die-hard batteries. Man, look at this book. Look at that. Who put that together? Lordy. You are not gonna get to see all this.
As anyone will tell you today, one blower is has like a fingerprint. There's no two of them alike. So I had a real good blower, I had a good high compression engine, it was really nice, and I had a good tire, and I had the right gear ratio. And there was another thing I'd like to plug in here. I made a burnout, you know. Prior to that, I had flipped the coins for lane choice, and I lost the choice for lane, and so the guy was going to time trials, and the time trials, he took the good lane, and my lane had just been all down. So I let the burn out, and I go out there, and I look outside the car, and it's all just white. Pretty sweet. Yeah, it looked like pretty sweet. And I just was shaking my head, so I go back to that, they push me back, and I'm shaking my head back to the Prius, the Ford versions. And I sat there a few moments, and I know whether to run or not, of course, it's building up more heat, which is good.
How'd you like to sit back there? These aren't Don Garlets. This is Roy Hill. I wonder who Roy Hill is.
It was a different time. People were more cooperative. The goal was speed, and the speed records kept falling. And breaking those speed records was what brought out the crowds. And larger crowds meant more money for the track operators. Finally, in 1960.
Oh boy, this is the room I want to be in.
Yeah.
Oh my.
You want to see a Stromberg, look, three Stromberg,
Look at this, Dad.
3 1 barrels.
Man, you think these have to be from some manufacturers.
It's probably
Test
all
stands.
Edelbrock manifolds, and although some of them look like Rochester carburetors.
I mean, they look like every deviation and combination of intake manifold and carburetor that you
yeah,
could
this
get.
is like an early set of you know. Look at the rise on those.
I know, God.
I mean, geez, oh Pete's. Yeah, I'll tell you,
It's too much to look at.
yeah, it's something to behold. You know?
Talking about like being in the Air Force Museum and thinking stuff's cool. Man, there's only unique. I know, it's like only unique engine engineering in this room. I mean, I love these crank-driven superchargers up here that aren't like the turbos, but they're like
It's on a small block Chevrolet.
it's like a 872 on the front of a small block.
Yeah, that's an idea.
And then this has got the race clutch on it there. Your big basket clutch with 6 discs.
Oh wow, it's got the clutch on, so you can see it.
Yeah, I kind of was looking in those front engine rails to see if I could find that crazy clutch setup you were talking about. Man, that's a compact little guy. What is that? A Ford 1937 Offenhauser. 60 horsepower. And like the different setups for the ignition.
Yeah, we got.
I mean, there's just a bunch of different setups for the ignition because it changed a bunch. You know, they're trying to. I mean, there's all kinds of different coil. Surplus blower. It's like surplus army stuff, but way better. All these beautiful intake manifolds and different superchargers. I just got done looking at that on something. cross ram. I know I've seen that cross ram intake manifold on something before. Like this Hemi over here, you know, I've seen those in cars.
Yeah, that's your 69 Belvedere,
Cross ram.
Yeah.
Look at that little chintzy ass transmission.
Yeah, electric overdrive, Lincoln Zephyr. That's an odd thing for Don to have.
I mean, there is no discrimination here. You know?
Right.
Oh, here's a Linko, Dad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that one.
I want to ship that thing so bad. Look, that's a cut. All these are all. Well, these, yeah, like 3 of them are cutaways.
Cutouts, huh?
Those usually the engineers at the factory have to take special care in cutting them open. They're the only ones that know where to cut it right, you know?
Yeah.
If you're going to cut it right through the cylinder bore, but I guess you could take the heads off and figure out where it was and mark it and cut it there. You know, because you want to cut it in the right
Well, it's
spot.
hard to look at it. They had to cut the crank at a different spot that keeps the rod on it. Because look, the block cut back behind where the connecting rod is on that 1954. The rod sticks out in front of where the block cut.
It is, yeah, it would have cut straight through the rod.
Or you would have had to leave that piston out.
Yeah, it's got to hold it in there. Yeah, that looks like the common way to do it. Cut it right there so that rod can hold the other piston in.
Look at this Chrysler New Yorker 1958 basic Hemi, a dragster motor. It's only got 325 horsepower.
Man, what's up with the yoke on that transmission?
Look, it's got like a flex coupling or something.
Or is it a viscous coupling?
It definitely looks like an automatic.
Is that the brake? Is that trans brake?
No, that's not. It's probably your parking brake.
Okay.
You know, probably
They do them on trucks and stuff like that.
on the drive shaft. This is what you see when you use too much.
Get out of your light a little bit. Yeah, look, it's cracked all the way back here real bad. It split that bad boy good. Well,
Montana Express.
nah, I don't know if they bought TFX anymore after that. Man, that's a head bolt probably. Yeah, just some. There's a lot of that is not in there. This little tiny axle. What is this stuff? That's a Porsche. Oh, this is all Porsche stuff. Yeah.
Porsche, Volkswagen.
Same. You know.
And somebody made the display and gave it to Garlets.
Yeah, like this is a cool setup that Volkswagen was known for.
I mean, it's crazy. This part looks like the front of a Muncie 220.
Oh, 220.
Yeah, or any of those. I mean, you know, Borg Warner, those all got, you know, it's your 63 to 70, 80 GM 4-speed.
Little valve body there. Teach you something about valve bodies. Here's this. What's this? Hydrolock. ATI Hydrolock. This is a trans brake, Dad. This is trans brake. If this is trans brake, I bet that's trans brake too.
Well, that's pretty early. This is, oh, see, this is your ATI, right? That's the transmission that Lucky got. But they just would take it and put a kit in it. And it's very nice.
I got here stuff sitting on the scale.
This would be.
Oh no,
perfect
this
for
is your
outdoors.
dynamometer here. An old one.
Wow. What is it? I don't know.
Somehow it's using a weight scale to measure horsepower.
Or is it just sitting by it?
No, it's connected. You gotta have a gauge somewhere. There it is.
So something pushes down on that to register how much?
Okay, maybe the pump pushes the water against the plate. And the plate, as the water flow increases, it pushes the plate down farther and farther, which makes the weight show higher, which would equate more horsepower. Because look, that's all it is there's some connection between this pump and the scaling on the scale. Who knows what it is? It's covered with a plate, but this is obviously a pump, and that's obviously a weight scale, and somehow they work together.
Somehow it works, huh?
Somehow they work together. Man, this must be I bet these are Army tank engines right here, Dad. Oh, Chrysler Marine. So, not no Army tank there. But Chrysler made the motors for...
I haven't seen a Smoky Ram. It's got a bunch of stuff about Smoky, but I don't see, Smoky Ram is your cross ram for a Chevrolet.
I might have seen one over
Wow,
here.
look, there's your back end of your dyno room there.
I know where one's at, I think.
Control panel.
Oh, there is a control panel. And the one, the